Welcome, people of the internet and YouTube, just like that gaming, back with the gameplay commentary for you guys from Black Ops 1. Obviously playing on the map Radiation here. And day one of E3 came and went, and we saw the Xbox press conference with a lot of cool stuff. And unfortunately, I was at work, so I wasn't able to actually see a lot of the stuff. But I was reading up on everything, and holy shit, we're getting Dead Rising 4. Like, yeah, I'm on board. I'm game. Let's do this. I'm pretty excited for that. Gears of War 4, obviously, I'm excited for. Halo Wars 2, which will be freaking awesome. Excited for that as well. There's a lot of sweet Xbox One titles that are coming out that I'm like, yes. But the biggest things I wanted to talk about, especially with the Xbox E3 thing just happening, it's come and gone now, is the new Xbox Slim as well as Project Scorpio. So I'll get to Project Scorpio in a second here, but first let's talk about the Xbox One Slim. So the Xbox One Slim is going to be a slimmer version of what your current Xbox One looks like. However, you can get a 2TB version. Yeah. Mine's 500 megs and it's fully maxed out, and I think I have 6 games currently not on it, which is very disappointing because there's a ton of games where it's just like sometimes you want to just go and play without having to delete one and re-download another. It's just time consuming and kind of sucks. It's going to be awesome that we can go out and get this slim Xbox One, which, by the way, the controller for it looks amazing. This pure white controller. And I always wanted Xbox to move back to the white because I like the white look. As much as I like the black look, the white look is very nice as well, and it's very sharp with the new Xbox Slim. And I'm looking at my current Xbox One as I record this. I'm like, you know what would look better? The Xbox 360 that's next to it, which is tiny. And if I had an Xbox One was about that size, along with my PS4, and my PS4 is very small as well. And it's just like, that'll do. That'll do. Especially if it has 2 terabytes of hard drive. Unbelievable. I'm so excited for that. And I'm most likely going to be getting an Xbox One Slim. I know there's a lot of people out there that are crying and saying, you know, it's not really an upgrade. It's just a slimmer version of what you already have. Well, for me, somebody who still lives at home and has a very small room, I have a single bed in my room. I'm 6'5". I don't have a ton of room. Most of my room is dedicated to my desk, which allows me to fit two TVs, my 3 game systems, along with a wall of games with my computer. So it's not like I've got a ton of room in here. My desk takes up more than half my room, which is actually pretty funny. But room saving is huge for me. The fact that they've come out with this, and this is something that people had wanted since it was released, and since the Xbox One was announced, I think in 2012, it was 2013. People have been wanting this for a while, and it's pretty awesome. So let's move now to Project Scorpio, which is going to be a 4K compatible VR ready Xbox One launching in fall 2017. You know what else is coming out in 2017? Star Wars Episode 8. Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited for that. But this is actually something cool as well, and it makes me wonder, should I wait? Do I get the Slim this year and wait to get the Scorpio? What should I do? So this is from TheVerge.com, and I'm going to link the article in the description down below. So it says, the next major addition to the Xbox family is coming next year. Today at E3 in Los Angeles, Microsoft officially revealed the long-rumored Project Scorpio, an enhanced version of the Xbox One that's capable of running 4K native games, which, by the way, 4K gaming, holy shit. And that's a video for another day. I am so excited for that to happen because 4K gaming is just going to be off the chain. You think graphics are amazing now, just think about 4K games. And which will also allow the support of virtual reality experiences and feature a hefty 6 teraflops of power. Teraflops sounds like a made-up word, but teraflops, that's your word of the day. According to Xbox chief Phil Spencer, Microsoft views the new device as much more than a simple refresh. The important thing for Scorpio is that it's a dramatic setup for us in terms of hardware capability. He told The Verge in an interview last week, because as we saw, 4K gaming and really high-end VR taking off in the PC space, which it has. And by the way, with Xbox being like, yeah, so we're going to incorporate PC with Xbox now, and that's just going to be a thing. That's really cool. If they port every game, they're like, yeah, so games are going to be Xbox One and PC exclusives, and that's the way it's going to be because we want PC and Xbox One to be the master race. And screw you, Sony and Nintendo. And that's how Xbox is going to win this console war, hopefully at least. So I just had to mention that. We want to be able to bring that console. Project Scorpio is actually an Xbox One that can natively run games in 4K and is built with a hardware capability to support high-end VR. So essentially what it's going to be is a very good computer that you see in the PC space today. When it ships, it'll be the most powerful console ever built. Holy shit, I'm excited for that. Because a lot of people smashed the Xbox One and said, this is very much inferior to the capabilities of what the PS4 has. And with Project Scorpio, it's going to be amazing and is going to live up to the standards of what we have. And right now, a lot of people, even myself, have kind of questioned where consoles are going. And if this is the direction the consoles are going into, it's going to be amazing. The article continues, all models of the Xbox One will be able to play the same library of games, and that includes the Scorpio. The original Xbox One, and just announced Xbox One S, which is the Xbox One Slim, on Scorpio, though many of the games will feature improvements because of the more powerful hardware. Spencer cites Halo 5 as an example. While the game is capable of running 1080p 60 frames per second on the Xbox One, often resolution drops in order to maintain a solid frame rate. On Scorpio, that won't be the case. When a game like that runs on Scorpio, says Spencer, it's going to run at maximum resolution the whole time. So there's stuff about VR, and I'm not going to go through the entire article, but holy shit. Just to note at the end of the article, though, it says, no specific release date has been revealed, but Project Scorpio is expected to launch sometime next fall. So let's talk about the fact that we're going to get a harder running hardware, better running hardware for our consoles. Now, for somebody like myself who doesn't always have the disposable income to be buying the best PC all the time, and really, I'm not a PC gamer. I can't get into that. I know that once I got my hands on a PC, I'm sure I could, once I really have the right graphics card, the right video card, all the different things you need to have a successful PC and be able to run a proper library of games. I'm sure I'd have a ton of fun on it. But the fact that I can just buy a console for $500 and run games at what they're meant to be run at is greatly satisfying to me, because I've been a console gamer my whole life. I've had a little bit of dabs here and there of PC, but mostly I've been a console gamer my entire life. So being able to the fact that Project Scorpio, along with the fact that Microsoft is planning on releasing games that is essentially ported for, or made for PC along with Xbox One at the same time, while they cross-platform between PC and Xbox One, it's going to be intense and awesome. I'm so excited for the future of Xbox, because a lot of doom and gloom has happened over the last few years for them, because a lot of people weren't sure what to expect. Xbox One wasn't selling well. The games weren't doing well. PS4 was crushing it. And now with E3 this year, Xbox has knocked it out of the park. And I mean that honestly. You know, I'm somewhat of an Xbox fanboy, but boy, do I love my PS4. But my Xbox One will no longer be a dust machine. It's going to be something that's going to be very powerful. And if I go out and get the Xbox One S this fall, I think is when it releases, I'm going to be greatly satisfied with the increased hardware and the decreased amount of room that it takes up on my desk. I'm going to be extremely happy if I go out and get Project Scorpio. I know I've said project and project. I say it differently all the time. It's like grocery and grocery. Grocery and grocery, or garage and garage. It's one of those words you can say it two different ways. But I digress. Nonetheless, I still think that when Project Scorpio drops, people are going to rush to go and get it, because it's going to be something new and something we haven't seen before. As great as the gaming is and the level of gaming that we can see with the resolutions and the frame rates that we see right now, the fact that we can run games flawlessly at 60 frames per second all the time at 1080p, and even then could be at 4K at 1080p, or sorry, at 4K with 60 frames per second, is something extremely exciting. I've always loved games that have tremendous graphics. Why? Because that sense of immersion is there, and it's something you can get and fall in love with. However, as great gaming is, great resolution is, what makes games better is the gameplay. And I think if we continue this focus on graphics, it's a great way to go. You know, you can have games like Uncharted 4, which look beautiful and are one of the best looking games ever, along with, you know, The Last of Us, with tremendous gameplay. But the biggest thing is developers can't just focus on how beautiful the game looks. It has to play and feel as good as it looks. And I think that's going to be something moving forward in the next generation of consoles. And really, we're in generation 0.5 of this era. This is when we have to see the step towards, hey, we need to make our games look beautiful, as well as make the games as best as we can, because it seems the more focus is going on the graphic side than the actual gameplay side, and I think that's something that needs to change going forward, because we've seen it in the decline of first-person shooters. If everybody could make games the way Naughty Dog has, and even the way Tomb Raider was made this year, it was tremendous. And I think if we go along that line for the rest of this console's life cycle, we could have tremendous looking games along with tremendous gameplay games. And I think that's what we need as a community, and I think that's something to push forward and to look forward to in the future. Now, I know as this gameplay is winding down, I'm out of breath here, but I want to know what you guys think of the new Xbox One and Xbox at E3. Just let me know down below in the comment section if you're excited for all the new things that was announced. And what's your favorite Xbox game? See you guys. Peace.